return from Shelton in play. Forehand Tommy Paul up the line to the front of Shelton is wide. Tommy Paul fist pumps. He's got the game. He's got the set. And he's got the match. 6-2, 6-4. And he is into the Dallas Open final where he will be playing either Adrian Manarino or Marcos Giron. Really, really good performance from Tommy Paul. Ben Shelton went off the rails a little bit in set one, but once he stabilized, he couldn't break down Tommy Paul. Even when he sort of fixed the situation, Paul was too good in that second set.
Yep. Pretty good and pretty cool. Pretty good that he didn't drop focus after he got that break of serve, and he just stayed steady throughout. And even in that 4-3 game when Shelton managed to get the deuce, yeah, Tommy fended it off nicely. So I guess he was by far the better player here. I'm a bit disappointed in terms of the match itself. I was expecting it to be a bit more competitive, but I guess we'll never know. But I don't think Ben was at 100% physically. Certainly didn't look like it, but we'll see. Yeah, I do know that even if he was, it would have been really hard to beat this version of Tommy because Tommy was just so rock solid all throughout, and he served great as well. And yeah, didn't give many errors away, so pretty well deserved for him to be in the final.
Yeah, it's great, especially he's not dropped a set yet this tournament. And yeah, it's interesting. I think watching this match and sort of the second set was it was competitive. There was only one break, but it was all about Paul holding on once he got that early break. But yeah, as you say, he was rock solid. And although we were saying earlier that the ATP website has been very generous with their unforced error count, I will say that over the course of that second set, Tommy Paul's was really, really low as well.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Tommy just did what he needed to do. Honestly, he played well. Like, he played his game, and Ben had nothing to offer him, and so I think really that game that we mentioned at the end of the first set really kind of just spoke to what the match was going to be. And when Ben didn't secure one of those 3 break points that he had, it was kind of, the writing was beginning to be on the wall. So, but congrats to Tommy. Tommy played well. He did what he was supposed to do. He came out there and played a semifinal match and played a very good semifinal match. So,
yeah, once he got going, because it was a bit scrappy at first, he was there. He was right there with it. So he's now secured his place as world number 14 on Monday's rankings. He can't be overtaken. He can't go any higher, even if he wins the title. But he could certainly, I think, if he wins it, he'll try and cut the gap a bit to within, I think he's already within 1,000 points of Fritz, just about. So, hey, maybe we should have been talking about Tommy Paul being the US number 1.
Certainly possible. He has a lot of points to defend, but if he keeps playing like this and he keeps putting himself to win titles, even if it's 250s, that could be really good for him, honestly, to get to that top 10 ranking that we were talking about.
250s are underappreciated, it has to be said. Like, okay, you're not going to necessarily get the highest quality fields like you would at a 1,000.
It's pretty hard to win them now. I mean, I'm looking at, you look at the 250s happening this week, it's all like basically players ranked in between 13 and 20 in the world that are in the semis and finals.
Yeah, the Marseille semi-finals, really, really strong lineup.
Yep, all top 4 seeds. So,
one of the best semi-final lineups I've seen in the ATP for a while at this level, at 250 level, even 500.
Yeah. And there's going to be other competitive 250s as well, like Doha and stuff. I think Medvedev is the number 1 seed there, and you got like Rublev and Hachinov and players like that are usually always in the semis or finals. So, yeah, it's not easy to win titles.
No, definitely not. I think definitely it's a staple of top 100 quality if you can do it. But the field is so closely competitive. yeah, it's hard to do. It is really, really hard to do. Well, that was an interesting match. I guess going into it, obviously we've got another match coming up in Dallas. We've got the match in Cordoba shortly, although that's going to have to be after the first semi-final, but we will be updating you on how Sebastian Baez does in that match. Thoughts ahead of the other Dallas semi-final. Like, how is Mannarino the heavy favorite, or are we giving Giron a strong chance of making an All-American final?
I definitely give Giron a chance. I do think it'll be more competitive than any of Mannarino's. Only been on court for 49 minutes so far until the semis, but I think actually Giron can make it quite physical. He's been playing really well this week. He loves the conditions in Dallas. He was hitting his forehand really well against Tiafoe. And Mannarino just presents different challenges. I think they've met once before, and Mannarino has Giron actually won that match. But obviously Mannarino's playing a lot better now. So I think I make probably Mannarino a 60-40 favorite, but I could see Giron making it really competitive and going 3 sets. I could certainly see that.
I have nothing to add to Vance at all.
We'll wrap it up here. Ashley, do you want to give us your final thoughts on the match we just saw?
Yeah, I really just think Tommy played well. Congratulations to Tommy. There's nothing much that you can say outside of Tommy did what he was supposed to do. And really showed just how much talent that he can bring, how much talent he does have, and the type of game that he can bring to the table when he's on. It was a little scary at first, but a little rocky at first for both players. But I think once Tommy got settled in, he was just kind of lights out from there. So
brilliant job. Hi, Miles. Hope you get some good interviews in with the guys we've just seen, and also the guys in the semi-finals. Hope you're having a fabulous time in Dallas. We've had a fabulous time on this stream today. I guess before we go, does anyone have any questions we think Miles should ask Tommy?
Get him to say happy birthday to me. That's a joke. That's a joke. Do not do that. Do not do that. That's a joke.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in mind. I mean, I don't know. You could ask him about sort of what his game plan was, I guess, and how it changed after he won the first set. Was it kind of tricky, knowing that you're a set away from getting your revenge, and what was kind of going through your mind at the end when you were serving for it, and how far do you think you can win the title? I don't know.
Interesting questions. Yeah. I guess it also depends on what you've already asked Tommy. Maybe ask him why he's been so chill all week. What's been helping him? Because he has looked good all week. Look, we trust you to ask some good questions, Miles.
Yeah.
All right, and well, thanks Ashley and Vance for joining. Thanks to all of you who have been watching, who are still with us. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Stick around. If you're new to the channel, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We've got a live stream coming up where we're going to be covering a Cordoba semi-final. We've got live streams of the Abu Dhabi final happening tomorrow. We've got the Dallas Open final, obviously, on stream as well. So keep an eye out for that, as well as our ATP and WTA weekly shows. Thank you all for watching. Take care and keep talking tennis.
Cheers.
Bye, y'all.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.